So here's how we looking. We got all these orders. How many of y'all think that is? It's a nice little stack. What you think? Nice little stack. So what you can see right here is between Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, and the influencer kicked off about Saturday night about 7 p.m. As you can see, I got 100 orders smack dab on there for a total of $4 grand right there. Figure right now it's early, only one order right now, because right now it is 12:03 a.m. I'm working on this video, but I wanted to make this video just to share with you guys real quick, kind of show you, back end. Now, this influencer right here cost me about $1 grand, so I made about 3, but I pretty much netted about 35-40%, maybe even a little bit more than that on this right here. It definitely catch me up. It's a little bit behind my bills this month, but right back in the saddle now, baby.
I just didn't quit. That's the only distinguishing quality from me and probably whoever else going through this or went through this or is gonna go through this, is that I ain't quit. I went through every emotion. I went through every emotion with trying to pursue what I'm doing. You know what I mean? And I think that what's gonna separate whoever's gonna try to go for something is that you ain't gonna quit.
So this is the end goal. This is all, get them all packed, get them all shipped. Every single one of these packages right here, I think to myself, this is one interaction I get to do with my customer, I have one chance to show my business and how great it is. So I over deliver. So inside of these packages right here, we had a few items that got gifted, probably about 10 or 15, just to over deliver, to see that the customer was happy. But as you can see, this thing's deep. Goes way down there. That was packed. So now we'll drop them off at the post office, get them to their rightful owners, and call it a day. I just wanted to share with you guys a little bit of results that I had over the weekend. Did an influencer shout out on Instagram. The post has been up for about 48 hours plus. A little bit over $4 grand right now. I'll show you guys all my screenshots and everything here shortly, but I just wanted to make this video just to share with you guys. When you think of marketing and you think of paid advertising, everybody thinks about Facebook, but you've got so many other sales channels that you can develop, whether it's Google Marketplace, whether it's regular Google searches, retargeting on Google. Influencers, you have so many different ways to be creative, to find ways to bring traffic to your website. You get the customers, when you get this kind of traffic right here, you want to make sure you've already covered all the basic essentials when it comes down to, you want to make sure it's trustworthy. You want to make sure there's no errors at checkout. Overall, you want to make sure your prices are right. Your shipping prices are right. That right there, that's where you see a lot of people lose customers. Everybody that does Shopify, everybody has done any kind of online commerce, they've all experienced the same problem of having tons of people hit the website and then lose them at checkout. But this right here is one way to find the pockets of people that you need without exact targeting. So influencer marketing is basically finding accounts on Instagram and working with them and finding something that's a win-win. Typically what I try to do is I try to aim to trade off and barter product for a post, but mainly that's a lot of times with smaller accounts, and usually that's probably from 200 followers to maybe 10 to 15, 20K. It all depends, and looking at their engagement, that's going to tell you, that's the math. And and that's what you really got to look out, and you got to make sure that the likes, the comments, the views, all that stuff, they're not paid for. You get like big accounts like a lot of these are faked. They use bots to shoot up all their stuff, and then you spend money on a shout out, and you really never went nowhere. It's just been a quick hustle. Somebody hustled you out your money. So you want to pay attention to likes, comments, and engagements. Excuse me, and variation to the proportion of their size of accounts. But when you start getting into the bigger accounts and the bigger engagements, typically a couple $100. I've done shout outs, with bigger name A-list, B-list celebrities that are 10, 15 grand sometimes. But, for the lower, small ones, a couple $100, maybe up to $1,000. It all got to make dollars and cents, right? If it doesn't make dollars and cents, it's not gonna equate to anything. So, when you start finding these accounts that are bigger, though, the one that I just did this shout out on right here, I believe it was 2.1 million followers. And we've advertised with them before. So, excuse me. What I typically do is you have a couple options when you actually do get down the road. But you can either have the influencer create original content, or you can have them repost your content that you already have, and that's sometimes a little cheaper route right there. And sometimes you can get 12 hours, sometimes you get 24 hours, but you know what I typically try to do is, I'll test the waters. I want to put my toe in first. I want to make sure before I dive in, this water is going to work. So, typically if I can get 12 to 24 hours, that's what I aim for. And if I need to buy more hours as we go, I'll throw that out there too. But, which is always an option. But once again, influencer marketing is when you find bigger accounts on there that really have, lots of engagement, lots of impressions. You can always ask them to send you a screenshot of their insights so you can really see what days and how the account's really been engaged with over the last 24 hours. And that's what I look for. I look for something recent. Don't give me last week's. I want to have as recent as possible. So what you do when you find these bigger accounts, and what I usually do is I use keywords, or if I already know the demographic, I kind of can already use maybe like Facebook's audience insights, and Facebook's audience insights will tell me, pages and things of that nature, communities of that nature. And that's what you want to find. You want to find bigger pages that relate to the bigger communities of people who would willing to buy your product. So when you find these accounts, you have a couple ways of actually contacting them. Inside the Instagram profile, a lot of times you'll see a booking email. That's a good place to touch bases. If you can find any kind of email on their YouTube's always a good source to find emails. Sometimes you can DM. Typically, for me, in my experience, I found that when you DM them, you don't get a quick response. You probably never get no response because there's so many people DMing, and that DM is not going to the main inbox. Rather, Instagram puts it into a different secondary inbox for people you want to accept or not. So you want to email them, and you want to email them at least 2 or 3 times within 48 hours. Let them know you're serious. And when you do reach out to them, what you want to do is you just want to say, hey, greetings. My name is so-and-so, and I am a representative of this company. We are interested in product placement. If this is something that would be interesting to you, would you please send back your hourly rates for social media posts? And then that way you can see what they have: Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and maybe you can get a bundle deal. Maybe you can work a package deals, and that's typically what I'll try to go for. But if you're just starting out and only got a couple $100, you want to go out for the shout out. So typically when you find pages on Instagram, though, meme pages, blog pages, any of these things right here are gold mines, and these are pockets of people. And typically, you get one for 300, 400, 500, and you've got that up there for 24 to 48 hours. Typically, you're going to see you're going to see your money double or triple. Now, influencer marketing has been around for quite a while now, though. This isn't just something that just started here in 2019. It's been around for a couple of years now. And, it is a little saturated in comparison to a few years ago, where influencers really didn't really know their value, so to say. A lot of influencers seem to be overcharging nowadays, and their fans aren't reciprocating it. But I don't want that to be a reason why you don't do influencer marketing, because that's just here and there. There's a huge possibility. Once again, your product, your business, whatever it may be, is new to the market and it's an original, like just like it's thumbprint. So, I don't want to jade you with my outlook on it. One thing you want to take into consideration with when doing influencer marketing is try to go half and half on the payment if the influencer is creating content for you and posting it. That way you can review the video, make sure you like the way they went about the presentation, because at the end of the day you can build a script, you can have ideas, and you can send those over and they can make that come to reality. But you just want to make sure you're able to view the content before it's actually posted. But typically, influencer marketing is a great way to drive traffic. When you've got that traffic hitting your website, make sure you got something that touches the customer, that gets their email, that gets their text. That way you can build a customer database of all the people that come through there. You'll want to remarket to your abandoned cart at least 5 to 6 times within the next week or 2 weeks after you run a good influencer campaign, because there's lots of money hidden in that abandoned cart. But if you guys got any questions to influencer marketing, you can drop a comment below. I'll tap in with you and I could answer the question. I definitely will. If you have any questions in regard to Shopify, more content like this, please do let me know. I'm always looking for new ideas and new ways to build and help you guys, move forward down the road. But I appreciate you guys watching. Make sure you hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed already, hit that subscribe button. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. If you like this video right here, please show some love and hit the like button. Also hit the subscribe and notification button to stay updated for the latest videos. New videos will be dropping Thursday, 9 p.m. Mountain Time, so please stay tuned.